Hi, this is Kane Hodder, Victor Crowley, Jason from Friday the 13th. You're listening to WithoutYourHead.com.
Joined by Psycho Sid Vicious, making his return.
Hey, man, what's going on?
You let everybody know you got a movie out there, River of Darkness. What, like?
Right.
Yeah. Now it comes out on DVD today.
Well, from my understanding, it's at Red Boxes, and now it's supposed to be also at today. I think it's supposed to be the big day today. Is it's supposed to be going into Walmart's.
Okay.
Now that's my understanding, guys. Now these things change from day to day.
Mm-hmm. How were you approached to be in the movie?
Well, Bruce and his brother, they've been doing these movies for a while, and he called me a year or so before they were thinking about the movie and asked me if I was interested. Yeah, I said yeah. And, they're a pretty big independent movie company. You know, I just did a second one with them. It's an action hero type of deal. They actually get some really good equipment in there. The cool thing about River of Darkness was, and this is boring stuff for most people, but in the movie industry, it's location and casting. This was to me one of the best casting movies I'd ever been in. We had what you try to do in these movies, in all movies, or these smaller movies, you try to bring in some star power. So star power they had with me, Kurt Angle, and Kevin Nash. Mm-hmm. Then it's a scary movie, and they went out and got one of the greatest scary people of all time, the gentleman who's the original zombie in Night of the Living Dead. Mm-hmm. I can't remember his name.
Bill Heinzman.
Bill Heinzman, that's it. Thank you. So for me, guys, I've always been intrigued with horror movies and comedy movies. Mm-hmm. Those are my two favorite things, and I love to read both of those. And being a horror person, that to me, have Bill Heinzman on the deal is like having to get to play baseball with Babe Ruth.
All right.
I mean, it really was.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you wanted to go over the top with it a little bit, then we got to kill the dude in a scene. He was in a fishing boat.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me, I mean, for me, that had to be one of the greatest moments in my, short acting career.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was the makeup process like?
Oh my God! Now, I'm going to tell you something. I wouldn't want to go through that again. I don't think they've been through that before.
Yeah. It
was painstaking. It was forever. It was on my pillows for 2 or 3 days afterwards. It was just. I'm going to tell you, but it was worth it.
Mm-hmm. Now, because I watched a movie last night, and you don't have lines in the movie, but you rely a lot on facial expressions and your eye movements. Now, was that something that came natural to you from your wrestling career?
You know what? That did come natural. I don't remember making. The thing is, guys, these kind of movies like this, most movies I've done in horror movies. My very first one I did and actually directed, named Stranded. I had a part in it. I was the main person in the whole thing. I never had one speaking part. And why I like things like that, guys, I directed that myself to be like that because I like the guy, Boo Bradley, and To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you can make that kind of an impact without ever saying a word, you've done something. I did that in a movie I called Stranded. I did myself. And so for me, that I don't even care about lines. Mm-hmm. When you're a zombie, you're not going to have many lines either, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
That's in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you mentioned Bill Heinzman. I mean, he didn't have any lines in the original Night of the Living Dead, but everyone remembers that role. Right,
because remember, it's like, they're coming to get you, Barbara.
Exactly.
Like that, the brother.
Uh-huh.
I just saw that just a few weeks ago. It comes on Turner Classic Movie all the time.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you see any similarities between a horror movie villain and a horror movie monster and a big man wrestler?
There is a lot of similarities. Two guys, when I did all my interview back work and stuff like that, I always got it out of horror books. Every once in a while it would come out of different books. Oddly enough, a daily devotional I used to read every day from Billy Graham. I got cool stuff out of that, too. Mm-hmm. But a lot of it was out of horror books, because that's what I wanted my character to be, was sort of scary.
Yeah. I heard a Kevin Nash interview recently, and he compared. He said like a real good big man wrestler, like a big man monster, should be like a Frankenstein character or a Jason, where they don't really run; they just kind of slowly go after the hero.
Well, a good point made is a bit like this: is that when you don't run, then you can build suspense, and when you don't move and you're not moving, then everybody's going, "Come on, move." You know what I mean? It's like he's not moving, you should move. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole idea about being a zombie, is being able to catch somebody without moving.
Mm-hmm. Now, actually along those lines, sometimes I ask the people about, because in recent movies, the zombies run. For you as a horror movie fan, do you prefer the shambling, slow zombie, like the classic zombie, or the fast zombies of some of the recent horror movies?
I prefer, to me, I don't think you get a better zombie than the original Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm. I
really don't. I think you look back at all the zombie ones, and all of them, they're all try to compare to that, or that was the best one. There were some other ones. What was that one they did with they were living, people were living, coming from pods?
Oh, yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
The Body Snatchers. Now, those were a different type of, a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
So, but best to me, if you're thinking zombie, I can only think of the Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some of the sequels, Dawn of the Dead,
right.
Mall. Yeah.
Right.
But that's like the architect, where everything came from. So, what was it like working with Kevin Nash in the movie?
Well, it was like working with him and everything. Kevin's really easy to work with, man. And two, me and Kevin go back a long ways. When Kevin first started in the business, I just started the business, and we made some of our first trips together. Mm-hmm. And I remember we were coming back from Marion, Indiana one night, and we took the wrong road. We was going back into Indianapolis, and we almost ended up in Chicago. So me and Kevin go back a long way. So it was nice to see Kevin. It's always nice to do something with him like that, or anything we do.
Yeah. When Kevin Nash first got into wrestling, and he had some not so great gimmicks, did you think he would eventually find the right one and become a big star? Or did you think maybe he wouldn't stick around very long?
You know what? No, I knew he was going to stick around. Let me tell you a real quick, funny story about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got a couple minutes?
Oh yeah.
Well, listen. What it was, he started out, him and that guy named Coy. What were they called? The Master Blasters?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, him and Coy made their first trip on the road with me and Dutch Mantell. And the deal is they were working against Mike Rotunda and Tim Horner. Two guys who were just supposed to get them over.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a real, that started off the Clash of the Champions, a really thud, where Coy missed a headbutt by about 5 feet.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Uh-huh.
And it just got downhill from there. So we left and go on the road from there on till the pay-per-view. That's about how long we was on the road. Mm-hmm. And I think pretty much that. So we started up somewhere and just ended up driving into Chicago one night. But what it was is that between that, they were having a match with Rotunda and Tim Horner. This was the finish. Is that they were getting heat on Mike Rotunda. This is what was so corny, because he was doing Captain Mike Rotunda. He did a silly victory roll, hot tag to Tim Horner. Tim Horner came in, made a comeback. They stopped him and did the finish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every night, guys, it got worse and worse and worse. Kevin was taking it pretty easy. He was getting, it's something you can't speed up. And Coy guy was flipping out. By the time we decided to keep our tickets and drive to Chicago. We were all in a van together.
Mm-hmm.
The time we got to Chicago that night, I had that guy Coy so wound up he quit and went home the next day. And I was just joking around with him. But I was having to do live interviews against them two, like they were talking about doing loser league counts against Rock and Roll Express.
Uh-huh.
And I was giving them real slow counts, where they didn't know when to stop. And Coy just would get blowed up. And the next morning, he was gone, and I had to go to the show, and I was so scared I was going to get in trouble for it. I've done that. I didn't do anything other than joke around with the guy,
Mm-hmm.
And he took a bus back to Iowa, and I got to the building, and they didn't get mad at me. So that was a story with me and Kevin. I ran his first partner out of the business.
And then he went on to Vinny Vegas, but they really caught on when he became Diesel. And I don't know if you saw when he was on WWE the Royal Rumble recently as Diesel, and that character hasn't been on TV in 15 years, and the whole place just started chanting Diesel right away.
Right.
Were you surprised, that they knew it, or do you think everyone remembers?
No, he kept himself in the public really well, So no, I wouldn't be surprised. That wouldn't be surprising at all. Would it be to you?
No. I was surprised they chanted Diesel and not Nash, but
Well, there you go, guys. There's where we go. We know the culture now. That what the WWE does well is they give the people a memory, and they stick with that. That's a hard name to chant too, Diesel. But Nash is a one-syllable word.
Yeah.
Would it be easier to go to Nash instead of Diesel? Mm-hmm. But that tells you just how strong that television is that they do there.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, Kurt Angle, he's got the major role in the movie as the sheriff. Now, had you known Kurt Angle before doing the movie with him?
No, I have not.
Well, what was your impression of him?
Well, he wasn't there for the first movie. He was on the road. Now, me and him did the second movie together. Kevin wasn't on the second one. Mm-hmm. Now, the second one, I got to meet him, and we were doing a lot of hands-on stuff together. He was a really good guy. Now, I met Kurt when he first started in the business, guys, and he was coming through Memphis. Mm-hmm. And I know this for a fact. That guy worked his way to where he's at. He was working Memphis territory. He was working the Louisville territory. He was doing spot shows for the WWF. He was working 17 days a week, man. So I knew that he was going to make it.
Mm-hmm. Now, a few questions here. People sent in a bunch. I'm just going to ask a couple. Brian wants to know what kind of role do you play in your next movie, Death from Above?
Well, it's I'm just a rough, tough, like biker type guy. And that one the one with Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now, what's cool about that one? They went out and got some really cool stuff, guys. Like a real monster truck, some real cool drag racing cars and stuff like that. That's why it's fun to do those kind of movies with those kind of people. Now, Kirk is a total professional. That was also excellent to do something like that with a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was good.
Now, would you ever like to get in the ring with Kurt Angle?
I'd love to get in the ring with Kurt Angle. Mm-hmm. I think the thing is, I've always said this, guys, and this is a big salute to Kirk, and I hope everybody will take it like this. Is that I've heard this word used before, like, well, we'll put this guy with this guy, and this guy can actually bring this guy up to a notch, or this guy can come down and work with this guy a notch. But the main thing is that you can bring a guy up a notch. That's what Kirk does, maybe better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. He brings people up a notch when you work with him. Mm-hmm. You become a better person. You're stronger on the TV. I mean, everything. And I think there's no one in the world does that better than Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm. Along those lines, I got to ask, because it's coming up this weekend, is Shawn Michaels is going in the Hall of Fame. Are you happy for him?
Yeah, I am, if that's what you're looking for, guys.
Right. We just talked to him last week. He wasn't sure who he was going to have inducting him. Has they ever talked to you about doing the Hall of Fame?
No, guys, they haven't.
Mm-hmm. You think they will eventually, or
no?
Is there still bad blood between you and WWE, or
no? There's no bad blood there. It's just we've all gone different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm out of the business, guys. I could still probably do something now. I don't know what kind of role.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I've already gone to another direction in my life. But for instance, I got a film coming out this weekend. April 21st up in Portland called another wrestling movie called On the Canvas. It starts in Portland the 21st of April. Mm-hmm. I just did a documentary. It's called The Promotion. It was called F is for Fun, but I just changed the name of it because to get in film festivals, the F is for Fun, people didn't get it. And what F is for Fun means there was no cussing in it. F was really for fun. Now, it's only a 16-minute short, but I got Scott Hall in it. I got myself. I got Lord Humongus. Now, it's just a wrestling documentary on a small town in Osceola, Arkansas, where really and truly I have had as much fun in that one building as anywhere in my whole life. And the reason why is because those guys let me unhandcuff me and let me do anything I want to do. And I got, I'll get the ambulance there, paramedics, the firemen, the, police officers. I got stretchered out at the end of the thing. I got choked up by Lord Humongus. Scott Hall beat me up. It's just, you get some one-on-one conversations with the wrestling fans, and you get talked to little 8 and 10-year-old girls, and you go ask them questions. Go, do you guys make any money? They go, no, these guys don't make any money. They say, what are they doing here? They go, because they have a passion for it. And you have to be at a place like that every Friday night. And so they recognize that, and that's what to me was so cool. And then you talk to some of the wrestlers in the back who anywhere from lawn workers to coal workers, they would when you asked them a question, the boss told them not they couldn't do this anymore on Friday nights. What they'd do, a couple of guys actually cried. It was like you could tell they were set back. And then when I asked one guy, and I didn't get this from the documentary, I asked one guy one time what was his biggest memory in the business is where he got to work just to Coliseum, to do a job for someone. That was his biggest deal. So to think that's, you got to think about that, guys. That has got to be, we know in this area to have got into the Coliseum means you made it. It'd be like going to the Madison Square Garden. And so that's what this little area is about. But I'm going to call it the promotion because I'm being handcuffed and forced to by my agent.
Yeah. No, you talked about Lord Humongus, who's the new Lord Humongus. You were the original Lord Humongus, and
okay. Yeah, I was asking my son. The reason I had him in that movie, guys, is one, I didn't want that movie just to be a local movie, which it's not. I'm getting in film festivals all across the country. I wanted some star power, and I got Scott Hall, and I got the local guys, and then I wanted Lord Humongus in there because the people who did get to see it, they said, no, hold on, he was Lord Humongus at one time. That was one twist to it. But the main thing is this, guys, you got to realize it took me 10 months of filming to get that 15 minutes of film footage. All right, I had to have the people I could trust to do the things I needed to get done. So, and I needed someone as big as myself or bigger than me as an opponent. So that's why I used Gunner, my son.
Now, I just want to bring up that when you were doing the character, it was more like the Road Warrior kind of character, and your son's version, I think, is more like a Jason Voorhees, more of a horror movie type character. Is there any reason for the change? Well,
you got to realize he's only 15 years old.
Yeah.
When he started doing that.
He's a pretty big guy
I'm telling you, he's bigger than me. He's about 2 inches taller than me, and he's 30 pounds heavier than me. So with that black shirt, it hides his baby look. The hockey mask hides his baby face. I'll tell you what we did, guys, is now, I made him come in the first few days and never take the hockey mask off. When you see how big he is and you never take the hockey mask off, he's intimidating looking. And he really scares the crap out of a lot of the people, right? Well, I was just doing it to him as a joke, telling him, I said, no, you can never take that off. And he kept it on for a long time. And then when he was able to take it off, the people that were really scared of him then become like his best friend. He's just a big baby face, man.
Yeah. Actually, when you were doing that character, do you think, wearing a mask kind of helped you with, your body movements and, how you'd move around in the ring because people couldn't see your face, so you'd have to do that kind of stuff, and which would even help you later on in your career?
That does. You're exactly right. It does help you do that. And the thing is that I don't have any footage on my film of it, but I did Lord Humongus with him. We both did double Lord Humongus wearing the same identical outfits.
Yeah.
And you could tell the difference who I was by just my body language was so more advanced than his. And but he got really good at that for someone who wasn't doing it other than just to help out do a film.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, again, to let everybody know, River of Darkness out on DVD today. And as Sid said, you can get it at Walmart, so go out and get your copy. You get to see Sid, Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle. You get to see Glacier's in it, too, and Bill Heinzman. And plus, you get to see a cool horror movie. A lot of blood.
A lot of blood, a lot of makeup, a lot of turkey eating on the set, turkey and cheese, and a lot of bullshitting. And we was out on this nasty-ass river the first night in Pittsburgh. Guys were out there fishing. I had this makeup over talking to them. They was all freaking out.
Oh, so you kept the makeup on?
Well, we had to until it was over with, and then they take what they thought they could off of you. We got back to the hotel, and the shit was still on us. And thank God Kevin had some stuff that actually got it off for us.
Yeah. Did you get any weird looks walking around, with some of the makeup still on?
Oh, yeah. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't know. And then we got home, it was in our ears, behind our ears, fucking everywhere.
Yeah. How many days did you have to wear the makeup?
We had to wear it for 2 different nights. And by the second night, they got it down, where they got it off real good, But I don't think they had done that before. And that's, to me, too, that was a real good sign of a real professional organization that had that kind of setup, that great of a makeup crew. That's a real extensive makeup. I don't know if I'm sure they'll have trailers of, eventually you can see some of that stuff. But that took hours to put on.
Yeah, it looked really good in the movie, the makeup.
It does.
Because it really covers your whole face, right up to your eyes. What about the contacts? Was that hard to wear?
No, I tell you, those girls put those in for you too. They did everything, man. All you had to do is just sit there.
You said you guys, were bullshitting on the set. I know, a lot of the wrestlers talk about ribs. Was there any ribs played on any of the movies you've been in?
You know what? No, there hasn't. Not any good ones.
Yeah.
Everybody's too in the open. There's not a lot of open air, a lot of good opportunities to do stuff like that. But no, I'll tell you what. Next time I do one, well, in my movie we pulled a lot of ribs because it was a wrestling thing, So, like Scott Hall, one night we were filming, he gives me a back rake and takes 15 inches of skin off my fucking back, and he's still got skin in his fingernails.
Yeah.
And it's just like, good God, But I never had more fun doing that. And I got to take my hat off, and I want to give a shout out to Scott Hall for coming up and doing that with me. That was a big deal for me to get someone like his type of star power in my movie. That was a great deal and a good thing he did for me.
Yeah. So that's going to be at film festivals, you said?
Yeah, it's going to be in film festivals. It'll be played. You can go online and find out about it. It's going to be at April 21st up in Portland, Maine. And that's where I'm hoping to be able to be up there for the debut of it.
A lot of wrestling history in Portland, so it's a good area. Right.
I can't think of the guy's name I'm doing the deal with, but he's famous up there. He's going to be in Cauliflower Alley. He's not going to be there either for this, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it either.
You think eventually it'll get released on DVD?
Well, I'm going to one day do it, but the thing is this: I can't release it on DVD because when you enter it into film festivals, it can't be a world premiere.
Right.
And so once it goes through some film festivals, I might try to, get some of my money back out of it.
Maybe even do a longer version? Or?
Well, I could do a longer version, but I'll tell you what, guys. I think if you did a longer version, and I'm doing some touch-up on it now to change the title from F is for Fun to the promotion, and I'm doing some fonts and some subtitles to put people's names and, the profession and the wrestlers or not wrestlers or just fans. And that's going to take me about a week or so to do. I got a kid named Brandon Wallace who's 20 years old. He's a youth pastor at Melton Baptist Church. He helps me out on this, and I'm telling you, when you see what me and this little 19-year-old kid did, you're going to say that was one of the coolest 15 minutes of film anyone's ever seen.
Cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
Well, I'll tell you what, when one day you give me a copy. Now, I'm thinking about I should have some copies of this Thursday or this weekend because I've got only 21 days from tomorrow to have this completed because for the festival for the just to be an opening little bumper for this guy's movie up in Portland, just that one spot. And my buddy Barry owns that theater and that's why I'm letting them show it there. It won't mess up anything for the festivals, you know.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't distribute it.
No, I wouldn't. You can trust me.
No, I'll send you guys a copy. And if I don't, by this weekend, even if I don't get the subtitles and stuff done, I can maybe send you a copy of the rough copy of it.
Yeah.
But the only thing is it's only 15 minutes, and it goes by so fast. It's like, wow.
That's good. I'd like to check that out. Thank you for coming on.
I'll tell you what we did, too, is this. We used some things like in the movie business what people did, like on Psycho. When they speed up things, it makes things, you know, like if you got 15 minutes of film, you speed things up, then you'll have 17 or 18 minutes of film. Mm-hmm. And Scott's going to be really mad at me for this, but Scott had started moving so slow, I actually sped it up on some of his spots. You know, but I did it on him and myself and Lord Humongus, and we did it with the music, and it's so funny looking, you know. Uh-huh. Everybody's moving faster than they normally do, you know, then it slows back down, and that's just for, you know, effect.
Mm-hmm. So it seemed like you had a good time making that.
I did, man. That was it's my first film. It's going to be in a theater next week. 3 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm. Cool, man. Again, River of Darkness out on DVD today. Sid's got a lot of movies coming out, so we got to keep an eye on that. It's good, always good talking to Sid. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, this is Bill Mosley. I play Otis in House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects and Chop Top and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com. Don't touch that dial or I will lick your plate. Oh, no.